Welcome back to another video. As you guys can tell, we are going to be doing some Subaru Camber stuff today. So Charles brought his Subaru over. We're going to be working on his. Got to get it in the air, and then we're going to kind of check everything out. We're going to start slotting the coilovers. I don't know, do you have top hats?
Yeah.
So we'll check the top hats, we'll slot the coilovers, we'll show you how to do all that jazz once we get it in the air, and we'll let you know what we're working with. So haven't done this stuff since the Forester, but it's really not that hard, and I'll explain kind of what we're doing and how it's gonna work once she's up. All right, so she's up in the air, wheel is off. Right here, actually, he has top hats and they're maxed out. Slotted just a little bit here so they can go a bit further. Doesn't give him much camber at all. So the alternative is to come down here and basically where the hub right here attaches to the coilover, you've got your two bolts. You're gonna leave the bottom bolt, and what you're gonna do is take off the coilover first, and where this bolt goes, you're gonna slot it further backwards so that the top of this whole rotor assembly can basically go more towards the coilover, which gives you camber. So we're gonna take the coilover off. We'll do one, we'll show you how we're doing it, and what not to do, because I don't know. But yeah, so let's get to it, and y'all come along with. And she's out. So coilover's out. Top bolt's the camber bolt. Bottom bolt is the other bolt. They're both 19s, so we just used a 19 wrench and a 19 socket. Used a 13, took off the 3, and alakazam. They are off. So like I was talking about before, where we're gonna end up slotting is this top bolt. The reason that you're gonna do that is so basically the hub, as it hooks on right here, is going to be able to angle and basically push farther against inside of here. On the other side, I'll show you what I mean when I loosen both the bolts. I'll show you how I can actually grab the rotor and just boom, push it back some. I'm not sure how much it's gonna max it out on, but we're just gonna slot the heck out of it and throw her on. So not quite sure how we're gonna do it yet, but I have a few ideas, so let's get to it. Alright, so this is the tool of choice. We used a unibit, which is basically a drill bit that goes bigger in bore size the deeper that you drill into it. So we put it in the vise right here, and this is what we ended up coming out with. So it's all slotted. I used a stamp, one of the ones that you push in and makes a little dot inside. Used a drill bit to drill basically a hole all the way through for a starter hole. And then we used that unibit to basically go down in the whole length, and then used a grinder to kind of just shape out the edges. Made sure that the bolt fits all the way through, and now she's quite slotted, which is gonna allow camber. So we're gonna throw that on the car real quick. Before we tighten everything up, I'll just show you what I mean by adjustability. Then we'll do the other side. Probably won't film that, but we will do the rears and I'll show you that. So let's get it. Front passenger side is on. Looks like it gave him quite a decent amount. Definitely happy with that, maybe 8, 10. Can't really compare it to this side because, well, one, there's like 0 on this side, but 2, the steering wheel, the steering wheel is all messed up. So definitely towed in here, towed in out, hard to tell. We're gonna do that side. I'm gonna explain to you why we had to mess with it a little bit after I explained before. Just because the coilover is basically, the 2 bolts are right on top of each other. So when you slide one, it's rotating on the bottom bolt axis. So the hub's actually going kind of down. So instead of slotting completely straight, you actually have to slot a little bit at a downwards angle, which I'll show you on this side. So we're gonna take this side apart. I'll show you a little bit on what we're talking about, and then to the rears we go. But you straighten the wheel. Okay, so definitely still towed out on this side with the wheel straight, but like that's definitely a huge difference. So hyped on that, and let's get her going. She's on the ground, and here we go. There she sits. I think we put a little measure thing up on it while it was in the air, and it was about like -10, -11, but I'm thinking might be a little bit more than that. Definitely know he wants to put a spacer on to push the wheel out a little bit, because the top is definitely now more sunken in. But yeah, definitely super hyped on this. It is on wood, so we'll see once it's done. I did align it while it was kind of in the air before putting it on the ground. So yeah, now to do the rears, and then we'll get the alignment done and all that jazz. So definitely hyped. Let's get it. We decided this time we're just gonna take off both of the rear coilovers. Took off this one, took off that one. It's the same as the front. All it is those 2 bolts right there. And then for this WRX, you do have to take off, or at least take out the back seats, because that is where the top hats are. Kind of a pain. I used a wrench to get this hard one, and then a socket and ratchet to get that top one, but it took us about 5 minutes to get both sides out once the back seats were out. So we're gonna do as we did for the fronts for these, with slotting them and then throw them back in. All right, so just because I skipped over it just a little bit earlier, I'm showing you what exactly I'm doing here. So right here you have the normal bolt hole. What I did was I took these 2 stamps. They're pressurized stamps, so you kind of put a lot of pressure into them, and they boom straight into the metal, leave a divot. Use the gold one first, use the silver one, whatever. You really don't have to do that, but that kind of gave me a little spot where to go. And then I'm taking this drill bit that doesn't really matter what size, just to basically start a hole. And then after, I'm taking this unibit, and then that is gonna start right there. It's gonna fit, it's gonna start to make the hole, basically go down to the second to last, whatever you call it, tree thing. And yeah, makes the hole. So once it's there, you kind of have a little bit of like a little bridge right here. So kind of round it out with this, or use the grinder to kind of make that all spiffy and nice. But that's how I did it. Hopefully you guys are watching this deep into the video and this helps you out a little bit. I just did the 3rd one, and this is the 4th coilover. So I'm gonna do this 4th coilover. Once this is done, we'll throw it back on the Subaru, put everything together, and we'll see where we're at. All right, now we're kind of just finishing up now, putting the last wheel on. I mean, on the other side at least, it looks like it has a decent amount now, basically to match the front. If you are doing camber on these Subarus, because they're all-wheel drive and has a center differential, please, disclaimer, match your camber so that the rear wheels and the front wheels are not spinning at different speeds, meaning you also have to have the same tires and the same wheel width, staggered. Literally everything has to be the same. But yes sir, so once Charles puts on this wheel and we lower her down, get it off the wood up here, we'll show you guys what she's cooking with. Bada boom, bada bing. She is done. So honestly not sure how much that is. Rough estimate, I'd assume 12, probably both front and rear. We did have to throw on a little like 5mm slip-on in the back just so that the barrel would not hit the coilover. He does have the, is it a hub conversion or just?
Yeah, it's hub conversion.
That's 5x1 14.3. So I had some slip-ons. He'll be able to get some spacers. Obviously it's dark, even though it's only like 8 o'clock, but we got the light on. I mean, you guys can kind of see how much we did, especially because he really had none in the front and then pretty much matched in the rear. Maybe, I don't know, looking at it from the rear with the light, it does look like it's a degree or two more. Maybe I don't know. If anything, I think it's super close. But with the small spacer up front as well as the rear, it'll look a lot better. I know he also is going to get adjustable lowers so that we can really dial in his alignment. Other than that, I mean, a few hours of work. You know, took the back seats out. It's probably the hardest part. Other than that, I mean, the coilovers were already off. Well, we already put coilovers on them a while ago, so made it easy to take them off. But yeah. Pretty close. It does really look good, honestly, especially once he gets a spacer. Yes sir. But fix that dent soon, yeah. Look at his little roof lights on there, all cute. Well, on that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I apologize for slacking on some of the content lately. It's been a busy with all the holidays and stuff, but believe me, I've got videos lined up for you guys. By the time you guys will see this, the Highway Mob video from Simply that Elijah edited should be up and posted, so check that out. If you haven't, go check out some of the cinematics and some of the rollers he did. They are super gas. If you've been here on the channel or if you're new, go check out some of the LS, some of the other stance build stuff that we've got. And again, thank you guys for watching. If you like the channel, subscribe. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. It helps more than you know. Shoot a comment down below what you want to see, whose car you want to see, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.